Hey, perfect spirit. I'm Sam Shelley, the Miracle Man. Now let's clear that mental junk drawer out, the head trash, throw it out, and create that miracle in your life. So that's what the real point of this channel is. Yes, it's Sam the Miracle Man, but it's really about, creating that miracle in your life. And I'm just here to show you that if I can create a miracle in your life, you can create a miracle in your life. And it all starts by getting rid of this. All those beliefs, opinions, stories, labels, judgments, whatever it is, it's head trash and it needs to be thrown out. So what I would talk about today is that your life depends upon how much peace you have within yourself. How peaceful are you to yourself? Are you relaxed and at ease with yourself? Can you look at yourself in a mirror and smile and say, go you, you're doing a great job? Or is there a story behind that is stopping you? Because I nearly killed myself from my head trash. I was taking my thoughts, my opinions, my beliefs as my truth. And it wasn't my truth. Because the real you and me is perfect spirit. It's that consciousness. It's that energy within us. That is the witness to these thoughts. So if that is a new concept to you, just look at old photos of yourself and ask yourself, where did you go? That never-changing energy is consciousness. That is the perfect spirit. That is the witness. So if you find yourself judging yourself like you did some task and it didn't come out the way you wanted or expected, you'll probably say, oh, you moron, why'd you do it this way? You should have done it differently. That kind of judgment, criticism is very destructive. You just have to see my skills build one step at a time. At that point in time, that's where your skills were. And as time progresses, your skills increase. So what happens when you really attack the body? It's saying to the body, like, you're not good enough, you're not worthy. And your mind takes those instructions and starts attacking the body. That creates the fuel for these autoimmune diseases. So usually when I see someone with an autoimmune disease, there's usually an element of self-criticism within them. They may be even so slight they're not aware. But I have yet to see any adults with an autoimmune disease that doesn't have an element of self-criticism. Now there are some children that don't really know what they're doing, or maybe they came in with an autoimmune disease. That's a different case that I won't talk about today. But for these teenagers, these adults that are being diagnosed with autoimmune diseases in their teens, their adulthood, then there's an element of self-criticism and there's some kind of judgment that's not serving them, that needs to go. So this is what I talk about. When we get rid of this head trash, we tap into perfect spirit, which is our superhero. So every Sunday at noon in my Head Trash Anonymous group, I talk about, that superhero within us and how to unleash that superhero. Maybe your superhero power is smiling at everyone or loving everyone unconditionally. But we really have to love one another, to support and acknowledge one another. All this division is head trash. And that's not helping things because we're all this one perfect spirit. You and me are perfect spirit. We're just wearing different costumes, different bodies, but the core of us is consciousness, is perfect spirit. It's that universal energy that we're all the same, yet different bodies. So why not be at peace with them? But mostly be at peace with yourself. How much peace you have with yourself reflects into your life. If you're really hostile to yourself, really beating yourself up, you're going to find yourself in poverty, poor health, life not working out well, because you're just in this energy of block. Peace is your true nature. Your true nature is not hostility, criticism, judgment. That just creates a universal block that we're all trying to do our very best, but the mind starts beating us up. We need to let that go. Take back that power from the mind and realize that I am doing my best. I am the perfect spirit. And we just let all that go. So another thing, that I do on this channel excuse me, so it's Monday when I'm recording this, so in about an hour and a half or so, I'll be doing soul messages. Because when the mind's really confused, really all these conflicting opinions up there, all this head trash, it's hard to have clarity in your life. So at 8 p.m. on Monday nights, Eastern time, or Eastern Daylight Time now, I go live on this channel to share, clarity messages, to get rid of this interference from you really hearing your own whispers, your own insights. So I team up with Lori and we just read for people. No demands, no expectations. This is just what we're seeing. You can just take it or leave it, but this is what we're seeing. And this is creating the confusion. But the mind is constantly in a state of confusion. If you can't make decisions, are you just really lost? And that's the mind just scrambling things up. Because if you're at peace, this wisdom just rises up. Just rises out of no place. And you'll see a lot of, meditators, spiritual teachers. They'll initially say, I don't know. But then they'll come back a second later with an answer, or a few seconds later with an answer. Because of that wisdom, that stillness, wisdom arises. But it's not coming from the egoic mind, if you will. It's just pure information. Because typically our intuitive voice is just do this or do that with no story. But the story is always up here, the storyteller. But sometimes we need a story to point her back to ourselves. But not excuses, not blame. Just realize, go you, you're doing your best. Be your own best cheerleader. Be at peace with you. And watch how life changes and shifts in ways that you can't explain. Because then you're in alignment with spirit. When you're aligned with spirit, you just set your intentions. You let go of the how do I do this? The how do I do this is busyness from the mind. You just need to relax. All the steps are here. Then when people that come to me to deepen their spiritual practice, I have to let go of all this head trash the spiritual head trash they have. I read these books from spiritual teachers, and I sometimes question myself, why are they making things so difficult, so complex? When they don't need any of that stuff, they just need to start wherever they are, come back into this moment, into their power, listen to themselves, trust themselves, and then just watch the magic happens. We all have this magician within us, and this busyness, this complexity is putting the brakes on. And I don't want the brakes on life. I want full steam ahead. I want to experience all the abundance of life, all the experience of life. I don't want to get stuck in the rut. And if you're not at peace with yourself, you're probably stuck in a rut because the mind's churning, creating rules, limitations, and you're none of that. Let go of all the constraints, all the restrictions, all the rules, and simply be one with our perfect spirit. You're one when you're really at peace. So if we just sit here, let the eyes soften, close, and just feel your feet on the ground, feel your hands rubbing each other, or just listen to my words. As you come back fully into this moment by engaging your senses, you're going to feel this sense of peace. This peace is you. This is your true nature. So now you can just open your eyes and just come back into this moment. So when you're feeling like anxious, worried, stressed, you're up in here. You're allowing the story to consume you. So you just want to find that center, that peace that is you. And once you know that peace, some call that self-realization, awakening, that door can never close once you have that experience. But you're always lost in a mind. You're not fully at peace. It's fleeting. Then you haven't cracked that door open. And once that door has been cracked open and you start tapping more and more into that peace, then your life will really shift in magical ways. You'll really become the alchemist of your life. And you are the alchemist right now. Your thoughts are creating your reality. Are you creating from a place of chaos, disorder? Or are you creating from this peace? Your life really depends upon you having peace. A thriving, successful life depends upon you on having peace. When you're not blocking manifestations, or you're not manifestation the chaos, the nonsense that's out there. All right, I'm going to head off here. Take good care of yourself, and I will talk to you tomorrow. This has been, day 108 of my daily videos. So just take good care of yourself, and I will talk to you soon. I'll be on here in about 90 minutes with the soul messages. All right, take good care. Bye for now.